Have you ever been so close to giving up that even your dreams started to feel like strangers? If that's you, pause, breathe, and listen. Because this moment right now might be the turning point you've been waiting for. Dear dreamer, I know you're tired. I know the road has been longer than you imagined. You've stumbled, doubted yourself, and maybe even considered walking away. But hear this, don't give up now. Dreams are not handed out easily. They are tested, stretched, and sometimes delayed, not to break you, but to build you, Every challenge you faced, every sleepless night, every sacrifice, it's all shaping you into the person who can handle what you're chasing. You may not see the progress yet, but it's there. Just like seeds beneath the soil, growth is happening even when it's invisible. Your persistence is power. Your faith is fuel, and your dream, it's still alive, still waiting for you. So hold on, take a breath, rest if you must, but don't quit. You didn't come this far to stop. You came this far to rise, to push through and to reach that finish line. Dear dreamer, you're closer than you think. Don't give up now. Struggles are part of the journey. Every obstacle you face is building resilience and strength. Every dream worth chasing comes with its own set of struggles. The path to achieving something great is rarely smooth. There are days when everything feels heavy, when progress seems invisible, and when the idea of quitting whispers louder than your will to continue. In those moments, it's easy to believe you're not cut out for the journey. But the truth is, these struggles are not signs of failure. They are signs that you're moving. Struggle means you're in motion, facing resistance, growing into who you need to become in order to carry the dream you're after. Think about the stories of those who came before you. The ones who built legacies, who reached incredible heights, who turned their visions into reality, none of them did it without struggle. They fell, they doubted, they cried, and yet they kept going. Not because it was easy, but because they believed that the struggle was part of the process. It refined them, humbled them, and prepared them. You are no different. The frustration you feel right now is shaping you. The long nights, the lonely efforts, the setbacks, all of it is training. You're learning patience, endurance, creativity, and courage. You may not have all the answers yet. You may feel lost or behind, but every hard day adds value to your story. Every disappointment is teaching you what matters. Every time you push through the discomfort, you grow. You develop grit, character, and strength, the very things that will hold you steady when success finally arrives. If everything came easily, you wouldn't appreciate it. If you never struggled, you wouldn't be equipped to handle the dream once it's in your hands. So don't resist the process. Embrace it. Let the struggle mold you. Let it teach you what you're made of. You're not struggling because you're weak. You're struggling because you're doing something meaningful, something brave, something most people won't even dare to try. Struggles are not setbacks. They are stepping stones. And if you keep going, one day you'll look back and realize the hardest parts were the very things that made you unstoppable. Growth often happens in silence. Just because you can't see results doesn't mean progress isn't happening. It's easy to feel discouraged when you can't see the results of your hard work. When you're showing up every day, pouring your heart into something, and still feel like nothing is moving, it's tempting to believe it's all in vain. But growth often happens in silence. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't happening. Like roots growing deep beneath the surface before a tree ever breaks through the ground, your effort is creating a foundation that will support everything that's to come. The quiet seasons, the unseen progress, the moments where it feels like you're going in circles, these are not wasted. They are necessary. We live in a world that celebrates instant results. We see highlight reels and overnight success stories, and we start to question our pace. Wait. But real growth doesn't follow a timeline that fits into social media posts or applause from the crowd. Real growth is slow, quiet, and sometimes even invisible. It happens in your mindset when you choose to keep going instead of giving in. It happens in your discipline when you stay consistent without recognition. It happens in your perspective when you learn to see failure as part of the journey, not the end of it. There is a quiet power in persistence. Every small step you take, every time you choose to keep trying, every silent victory, It all matters. You might not see the transformation day to day, but over time, it adds up. You become more capable, more focused, more prepared. The silence isn't empty. It's full of preparation, full of unseen victories, full of potential taking shape behind the scenes. Just because the world can't see your growth yet doesn't mean it's not real. You don't need an audience to validate your journey. The most powerful growth often happens when no one is watching. That's when it's honest. That's when it's pure. So trust the process. Trust the quiet moments. Trust that your effort is working even when you can't yet see the reward. The day will come when everything you've been building in silence will burst into view and it will be undeniable. But until then, stay rooted because what grows in silence lasts. Rest, but don't quit. Taking breaks is okay, but giving up robs you of your future victory. There will be moments when the weight of it all feels like too much. Moments when your body is tired, your mind is heavy, and your spirit starts to dim. You've given so much to your dream, but it feels like it's giving nothing back. You've been patient, faithful, and determined, yet the breakthrough still hasn't arrived. In those moments, the temptation to give up can feel stronger than the desire to keep going. But here's what matters. Rest if you must, but don't quit. Resting is not a sign of weakness. It's a necessary part of the journey. Even the strongest need a pause. Even the most dedicated need to breathe. You are not a machine. You are a human being with emotions, with limits, and with needs. It's okay to step back for a moment. It's okay to take care of yourself, to admit that you're tired, and to let yourself recharge. Rest doesn't mean failure. It doesn't mean you've lost your dream. It means you care enough about your dream to protect the one thing that can make it happen. You. There is wisdom in slowing down, in letting yourself recover, and trusting that even a paused journey is still a journey. Rest is a part of progress, not a pause in it. Too often we confuse quitting with resting. We think that if we take a break, we've somehow failed. But quitting is walking away completely, giving up on the vision and deciding it's no longer worth it. Resting is stepping aside for a moment, breathing, gathering your strength, and coming back even stronger. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is sit in the stillness, acknowledge your exhaustion, and allow yourself to heal without shame. You deserve that grace. You're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to feel frustrated. But don't let those feelings convince you to stop. You didn't start this journey just to abandon it in the middle. You started because something inside you believed in something bigger. Let that belief be your anchor. Let rest be your strategy. Come back to your dream with new energy, new clarity, and new resolve. You haven't failed. You're just refueling. And sometimes the comeback after rest is the strongest part of the story. You're closer than you think often. Success is just around the corner when we feel most like giving up. There's something deeply painful about working so hard for so long and still feeling like the finish line is nowhere in sight. You wonder if it's all worth it, if your efforts have been in vain, if maybe it just wasn't meant for you. But what if you're closer than you think? What if the breakthrough, the moment everything starts to shift, is just around the corner, waiting for you on the other side of this hard moment? The truth is, many people give up right before something beautiful begins to unfold. Not because they lack the talent or the potential, but because they didn't realize how close they truly were. The journey tests your patience, your resilience, and your faith. But if you've come this far, it means you already carry something powerful within you. Sometimes we get caught in the illusion that nothing is happening simply because we don't see visible change. But progress is not always loud. Often it happens in quiet, subtle ways. Small shifts in mindset, tiny improvements in skill, gradual increases in confidence. You may not be where you want to be yet, but you're far from where you started. That progress, even if it feels small, is proof that you're moving forward. You're building something that's growing stronger with every step. Just because the finish line isn't visible doesn't mean it isn't close. Doubt has a way of growing louder the closer we get to our goal. It whispers lies to convince us we're lost, behind, or not good enough. But if you could step outside your current moment and see the full picture, you'd realize just how far you've come and how near you actually are. This part, the one where everything feels uncertain and difficult, is often the final stretch. And what's waiting for you on the other side of it is worth every ounce of struggle. So hold on just a little longer. Keep pushing, even when your steps feel small and your vision feels blurry. The dream you've been holding on to is still alive. It's closer than ever before. Don't let doubt steal what persistence can still deliver. You're not lost. You're almost there. Dear dreamer, the road is hard, the nights are long, and the doubts are real. But so is your purpose. You've come too far to quit now. So take a deep breath, lift your head, and take one more step. The dream is still alive, because you are. Don't give up now. The world needs what only you can bring.